What up? It's your boy T-Bone Reaction. Today's Wrestling Wednesday. So, kick things off from a video from Pllana Production that I wanted to hold off till Wrestling Wednesday, and it's about our current COO, who's been head of WWE since the step down, Vince McMahon, over his allegation and all that. That's on the Triple H, and unfortunately, it's not in a great way because the video is literally called "Everybody Hates Triple H." Even got the font of "Everybody Hates Chris" on it too. So apparently, as a good amount of people are not too fond of Triple H with his booking as of late as well too. Whether it's fans, majority as well too. I think that's 50-50 because I'm okay with majority of his booking as well as folks behind the scenes as well too, including some folks in the locker room are not too happy as well too. I mean, a lot of people are downplaying over his treatment, his booking of some of the wrestlers of color, some of the decision with the title changes. The most recent release as of lately, though, as well too, wasn't as bad as Vince, but some of the releases people that were released was very questionable, including the people that he brought back, as well as how the championship run of Cody Rhodes being handled as well too. You know, there's folks who I mean, unlike myself, there's folks who are not feeling the booking of Cody's title run as well too. So anyway, let's see what Pllana had to say about Everybody Hates Triple H. Let's get it.
It seems like everybody hates Triple H right now. This time last year, the WrestleMania 40 build.
Oh yeah, and most recently the Royal Rumble winning decision, especially with Jey Uso. You know, I don't have a problem with that, but. And like I said, a lot of people are afraid that WrestleMania is not looking too good, but we are literally a month in the role, so we'll see.
Was on fire. You had the final boss and Roman Reigns working together in the Bloodline to feud with Cody Rhodes. Then you had CM Punk, who unfortunately got injured, but he was in the middle of a Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins feud, which was fire. And then WrestleMania 40 became a classic when the Avengers showed up. John Cena, The Rock, Undertaker, all those guys. Triple H and his creative team absolutely killed it, and the same cannot be said about this road to WrestleMania 41. It's been a disaster, and there isn't too much hype surrounding it. It's gotten to the point where even the talent aren't happy with their booking. In a recent Fightful Select report, there is frustration among WWE's women's roster over the booking of the division, with the talents wanting to be on a more even plane. The report says this: I've spoken with plenty of women in WWE who are frustrated about the booking of the women. I know that there have been some Mania pitches that have been rejected because people are like, token tag team matches aren't something that they want to do. They want things put on a more even plane in the women's division.
Let me say my piece on this one. I'm sorry I'm a little bit like all over the place a little bit because I forgot to mention I was supposed to do a news and reaction first. I completely forgot that. I kind of rushed in this because I was surprised I had time to do this. But because you know the news reaction is going to be about a actress who sadly passed away that was dear to my childhood, and that's Michelle Trachtenberg. So R.I.P. to her as well too. So I almost forgot to do that. So yeah, I will do a news reaction about that, as well as many other who recently passed as well too. So I do apologize. I feel like I had to go back to this because I was trying to find my picture for that. Anyway, let's keep going. But anyway, let's see. I had spoken with plenty of women that you are frustrated about the booking of women. I know there's been some mania pitches that has been rejected because people are like token tag matches or something they want to do. They want things to put. Okay. Ooh, I mean, I definitely get it as well too. Hopefully, that can get fixed as well too down the line as well. I mean, if that's the case, I can see the frustration with that as well too. Glad that they ain't saying no names right now. I do like that, but at the same time, that is a little concerning to think about.
They want things put on a more even plane in the women's division. Ever since Triple H took over creative, the women's division has felt like an afterthought. At first, there was optimism. Fans believed that under his leadership, the division would flourish, especially given his history of building strong women's storylines in NXT. But instead, things have gone in the opposite direction. Women matches and segments have been cut from shows, and even when they do get time, it's often rushed or it lacks importance. Just look at how certain top-tier talent have been handled. Bianca Belair was once a megastar, carrying the division on her back with charisma, athleticism, and undeniable fan support. And now, she's just kind of lost in the shuffle with no real direction or momentum.
And that concerns me a little bit because, there's now that they just now lost the titles, and there's speculation that either her or Naomi could go heel because as being known, or both could be go heel as being known as the ones who were responsible for Jade's Cargill attack, though. So with them saying that, it could show that that could be a reason to make her heel, and I don't want that to happen. But at the same time, it's like I'm once again excited, but worried about the Royal WrestleMania going on right now. And this time it's not about no title run and all that as well too, or loss. Because I told you in one video, when it comes to the title with Cody, I'd rather him lose the title than hold it and sell the soul to The Rock and be heel. If you had to sacrifice lose the title to stay babyface, I'll take that sacrifice. But at the same time, same time, I'll at least ain't as bad as that where I gotta deal with the. Probably will still with some assholes about it because they gonna get on my case for one of my favorites going this hillside and all that as well too. That is, or a few of my favorites, including her and even him or Cena. I hope not, but we never know. Like I said, but let's keep going.
Then there's Jade Cargill, who was one of WWE's biggest signings in recent years. She came in with an aura of dominance, but instead of being a force in the division, she's barely been used in any meaningful capacity.
Right.
Naomi is another.
I feel like for her reason, and also why they had the angle her getting in the tag, she probably felt that she needed a little more training and all that, which is understandable. It's best you do that instead of putting her out there to try to make her flourish, but still showing that she's green like they did with AEW. I know they gave her Diamond Roll, but they pretty much gave her the Gold Board treatment, but a little bit less appealing than the Goldberg in a way. And I mean, because we obviously can see the green. With Goldberg, it was a little more easier to hide than it was with Jade.
Example, she made a huge return, but for what? She hasn't had any significant feuds or storylines to justify her.
Again, it's going to equal to her going heel as well too. I say I rather need them to go heel, but if somebody got to go heel out of them two, I'll sacrifice Naomi to go to the side as well too. But we may never know. But yeah, another one.
Comeback. Even the stories that have been given attention have not delivered. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley is a prime example. The feud dragged on for so long that it lost steam, and by the time it reached its conclusion, most people were kind of over it. The worst part is that the belt just went right back to Rhea, shutting out new challengers and preventing fresh matchups from happening. The WWE Women's Division is stacked with talent, but it's not being used properly. The lack of investment in the division isn't just frustrating for the fans, but it's also frustrating for the wrestlers themselves. And honestly, I completely understand their frustration. And it's not just the women's division. Gunther also recently came out to express his frustration with his booking as well. This is what he said in a recent
because like I said, ain't just Cody getting the downplay on his booking, Gunther's too as well too. Usually you expect the heel has a bell booking, but no, it's not the case either, as well. So,
interview with the Daily Mail UK. I don't think the last few months were ideal for me. I lost to Cody, and then everything that feud with Priest, it didn't allow me to show the best side of me, if that makes sense. But I think now I'm back to my old self. I feel my mojo again.
And he kind of is right now, especially this feud going with Jay right now. And I think the reason why part of it was at one point we was like topsy-turvy of them making them They was like looked like they're trying to seem like they make him a tweener or some almost close to a bayface at one point after he lost to Cody because he was starting to feel like he was like showing a little respect to folks and all that as well too. But I think like they didn't know what they wanted to do with him. That's kind of like slow the momentum as well too. Not saying I'm downplaying him going face. No, it was just the fact that they didn't seem like they didn't know where they were going with him at one point. So yeah, that was one thing as well too. So yeah, if they went straight full on board with the tweener face thing, there wouldn't be that big of a problem either. And definitely give him some better feuds for him to go against a heel as well. But that wasn't the case. But the thing he got going now is he's back full hill. He's definitely on back himself and full hill again. The thing he got going on with Jay is pretty good as well too. Kind of hoping Jay wins the title as well too. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm hoping that they don't. I mean, if they have him retain, I guess to make sure he's still got his steam. I guess, but I'd rather Jay win it as well because he had so many opportunities for a title. He shouldn't just keep being the well-known losers of title matches as well too. He should finally get one at Mania as well too. Have his Mania moment.
And that's a pretty telling statement coming from the current World Heavyweight Champion. Even though he holds one of the biggest prizes in WWE right now, he doesn't feel like he's had a great run, and honestly, neither do the fans. This is exactly what many people have been complaining about. Gunther's reign has felt underwhelming, and despite all the credibility that he built,
especially the Hill fans, they feel like his reign wasn't as great as his Intercontinental title reign he had here as well too. But so yeah, that's the other thing too. So yeah.
As the Intercontinental Champion, his time with the World title has not lived up to the expectations. So what's the biggest issue? It's the fact that he's barely wrestling, and when he does, the feuds are not compelling. It's hard to get excited when you're World Champion. The guy who should be one of the most dominant forces in the company is stuck in uninspired rivalries. Compare this to his legendary IC title reign, where he put on banger after banger, elevating both the title as well as his opponents. That version of Gunther felt unstoppable, like a true generational talent, but this version, it's just a shell of what he could be. Let's be real, when your world champion openly admits that he's not happy with his booking, that is a major problem. The world title should be the most prestigious thing in the company, or at least on Raw.
And yet, I do hope that frustration don't lead to them not giving Jay the green light of win the title just to please Gunther now. Hope that's not the case.
Gunther himself is saying that his feud with Damian Priest didn't allow him to be his best. That is an indictment of WWE's creative direction. Even looking at his WrestleMania plans, it kind of feels like a letdown. No disrespect to Jey Uso, but this isn't the match that the fans were hoping for. We wanted to see CM Punk versus Gunther, or even John Cena versus Gunther. Something that truly felt worthy of the world.
And also, I hope they don't, there's been rumors that they think about taking Jay's title shot. I hope that's not the case either as well too. It's just in favor of one of the two. I just hope not.
Heavyweight Championship. Instead, we're getting a storyline that doesn't have the same big fight feel. It just seems like Triple H is not making the best decisions right now, not for the women's division and not even for his top champion. This raises a bigger question: what happened to Triple H's creative magic? Just a year ago, fans were praising him for delivering one of the best WrestleManias in history. And now we're looking at a product that feels uninspired, inconsistent, and at times just plain lazy. The frustration isn't just coming from fans, but it's also coming from wrestlers themselves, and that is a massive red flag. The worst part is that these problems could have been avoided. The women's division is so stacked with talent, but they just aren't being used properly.
It's true.
Gunther is a world champion, but he is not being booked like one. And then you've got guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, who's been downright embarrassing.
Yeah, that I ain't gonna lie. These title run. Here's the thing: I'm not condoning heels or anything. Let's do this to make sure I'm not condoning anything. All kayfabe means everything aside. Yeah, his title run's been a little questionable too. The only thing I'm not too mad about is cases might possibly lead to Jimmy winning that title as well too, and Jimmy and Jigga have their moment together. Man, that'd be pretty awesome. But at the same time, yeah, did that just to get the belt for LA for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, because after that, he's just nothing. He hasn't really done a damn thing. This title run is worse than his previous USA title run, to be honest, as well too. You know, he was a babyface. It wasn't a good run, but that run was better than this current run he got going on right now. So all he's doing is lurking in the shadows, popping out of nowhere with stuff. That's about it. Still a few with LA Knight here and there, but that's about it. So yeah.
His U.S. Championship run might be the worst we've ever seen. He doesn't even defend the title, and it almost like WWE forgot that he was a champion. This is a guy with an insane amount of charisma and in-ring ability, and instead of having a meaningful reign, he's just holding the belt for no reason. How does that even happen? Then there's LA Knight. A year ago, he was the guy. Every arena was chanting his name, and he was moving merch like crazy, and it felt like WWE had a megastar on their hands on a silver platter. But instead of capitalizing on that momentum, Creative dropped the ball. He's still over, and there's no denying that, but what's he actually doing? Nothing that makes him feel like a main event player. At this point, it's hard to tell if WWE is just hesitant to fully push him or if they simply don't know what to do with him. Either way, it's killing his momentum, and that is frustrating for everyone who believed he was on his way to superstardom. And then you've also got Cody Rhodes, the guy WWE built the company.
I mean, I'm enjoying it, but I'm enjoying him. Do I enjoy this title run? Yes. Ain't just come on being biased, I mean, because the fact that the booking he's given, he's doing his best with the booking given. He's turning Lemon into Martini with the booking he's giving, though. Now, could the booking be way better? Yes, I will say that. I will admit it, though. Not saying it's bad, but it could be better as well, too. Now, I mean, of course, the ones who did not want him to win in the first place are going to shit on this anyway. That was their plan in the first place. They was already had their mindset of doing it already. So right now they're getting a little bit. I told you so. This because they didn't want it to happen in the first place for whatever hateful reason. But fortunately Triple H didn't make it no better. So there's that.
Around for the last couple of years, and he isn't even safe from bad booking. His run as the undisputed WWE champion has been incredibly underwhelming. After finally finishing his story, he should.
And the thing about it, though, you would have kind of like expected to be not as great because of what they did with the booking they did with Roman's title run as well too. I feel I'm gonna be honest, it ain't just coming me because against him being a heel, but it got way overbooked. I think the title run went longer than it should, but it was reason why they put it long because of it was definitely a unfortunate mistakes and accident that Roman Reigns' title run was that long. Half of it because of the injuries, the last minute stuff happening. Remember him getting COVID around day one because I think he was supposed to lose that day one. And the injury that Cody kind of prolonged it a little bit as well too. Because I think he's probably supposed to win Money in the Bank or something like that. But he had the pec injury as well too. It's just a lot of stuff surrounding around it caused it. And then, well, all that happened, and then he was like close to a certain number. They're like, why have him go too far and not go past the 1,000 mark? Thank God they didn't think about it again for the Hogan record. Thank God, and we got Cody. So there's that. But at the same time, I do feel like the booking for Cody could have been better. Do I still like it? Do I still like the title run? Yes, I do. But at the same time, I feel like it could have been better as well, too, just to prove the naysayer wrong. That's the only reason I wanted it to be better, just prove the naysayers who was already prepared to shit on this title run, to prove them wrong. But fortunately, they did not as much, and they're on the I told you so high horse because they've been winning that told you so win since he didn't lose at WrestleMania 40. So now they're on the road to getting getting that victory, and if Cody sell his soul to Rock, there will be another victory for him too, because they have been saying that Cody's already healed, just the rest of the fans not ready for it, not knowing yet whatever bullshit they on. There's that. So other than that, yeah, a lot of the booking could have to get better, but I feel like it is getting better as well too, especially with the Kevin Owens feud as well too. Just unfortunately, it shouldn't have took that long for it to happen. That's the only thing. So yeah.
feel like
You know that the Vasquez asshole had to say his piece on that post about, because the post saying this title, there was a post saying this title run shouldn't have ended, and somebody responds, I'm glad you responded, this probably shouldn't have been that long, and I agree, it was long enough or something like that, and then somebody said and then that asshole Izzy gonna say no, it wasn't, but Cody Rhodes is, and all he was saying, he had a good title run to the Cody Owen, whatever. Fuck that guy. Anyway, that's another story. Let's keep going.
biggest thing
And
in
anybody from job to see this video, they tell him they'll fuck him suck. He's got me blocked anyway because he can kiss my ass. And many other people in that group. Let me not give him my members of the job tier rant going on.
But instead, it already feels like his
Shout
reign
to
is losing steam. The feuds haven't been all that compelling, and WWE hasn't done too much to make him feel like a dominant, must-see champion. That is a huge problem. The entire company is structured around Cody finally winning the big one, and yet here we are, and it just doesn't feel as special as it should. And that leads us to the biggest issue of all, and that's the fact that fans are not happy. That is the worst possible thing for the WWE right now. Fans are the most...
Hold on a second. I'm back. So yeah, I want to see the comments as I finish this video, but yeah.
important people to please, because without us, none of this works. We're the ones who sell out arenas, drive up TV ratings, buy the merchandise, and create the energy that makes the WWE what it is. And right now, a lot of fans aren't thrilled with the product. There's no real excitement leading into WrestleMania, and that's just insane when you consider how massive this event is supposed to be. Last year, we were counting down the days to WrestleMania 40. We were hyped for every single match. But this year, it just feels like people are watching out of habit, and there's no real buzz. There's no real must-see feeling, and that's a failure on WWE's part. The talent is there. The potential for great storytelling is there, but Triple H and his team just simply aren't delivering. Now look, The Rock tonight can change everything, but Hunter still needs to pick it up with all the other
In case you wonder, this was before the Rock's appearance back on SmackDown.
feuds. At the end of the day, if the fans aren't excited, then what's the point? And right now, it looks like a lot of fans aren't too thrilled. I completely understand the frustration from the women, from Gunther, and also from all the fans. Let's see what WWE does. Hopefully they pivot and things could get better. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Let me know.
Now, I hope some pivots could be happening, especially with this Sell Your Soul thing. Just hopefully it's pivots that's going to please a fan or not be something as well too. But this is rare time. I'm really gonna go through these comments real too. So I'm going to all the top comments. First one saying, I'd rather have this booking than Vince Man. Let's be real. Vince will be changing shows at last minute. I got favorite trip. I still too. I agree. Because that's the thing about it. It's a little better booking than that, but Buttline was Vince booking. Seth Arquette was Vince booking. As a response to it, and many of your egghead is not even close to the legend that man was. Get off of Vince disgusting nutsack for that person. It's just fickle fans who never are happy, and I'm happy Triple H taking over Booker is going to have time where it's off, but it's normal. You can't make everybody happy. Pretty much, aka the IWC. I know the main ones and all that as well too, or people who never like Triple H. There's a bunch of group of folks who never liked him because of how he is in general, between not just his booking, how he was a wrestler, what his matches were too. They bring up because they think he's a closet racist. They always call him Triple K and all that. You know how that is. Ridiculous. But yeah, the old sorry Triple H no confidence. Remember he got booted out for that out of top of it. They only carry to the live audience and go based off their reaction as long as positive. In their WrestleMania are neglected, which at times I can understand why. But I feel like it's important to cater your entire fan base, not just one who blind takes. Okay, that's I always said that the IWC is the most unsatisfying bunch in wrestling fandom. But you gotta try. It doesn't hurt to try to please him. It's not going to happen, but you can't not try to please him as well too. That's the other thing. You can't not try. He better be. Oh God. Of course they're gonna say he better. He better be Jey Uso. That man dude has like 10. Okay, whatever. Screw that guy. I have faith that things will get better, and I mean, good. It's a lot of good people say they have faith in everything, but there's some people who just, I mean, negative Nancy. But there's folks people who are like 50-50. Like the one I agree with the 50-50 a little bit. Like I said, as much as WC is not as hard to please, you can't you gotta at least try to please them. It may not. They may like you for a minute, then find another reason to dislike it, but at least you tried. That's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, what's y'all thought on Triple H booking? Are y'all part of the Everybody Hates Triple H, or are you part of Have Faith in Triple H booking like myself and a good amount of others? Anyway, it's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.